The internet is being attacked worldwide. This is the most. I don't give a what nobody says. This ain't a coincidence. This is a coordinated fucking attack by the entire world to attempt to have more control over something that nobody in the world has had control over since the dawn of its creation, right? The internet. Policies and laws and attempts to control and gain information and censor as much as they possibly can on the internet under the Trojan horse disguise of it's to protect the kids. Absolutely fucking bullshit. I don't do drama. I don't do politics. This ain't that. This is a public service announcement that everyone on the fucking internet needs to hear. This ain't drama. This ain't politics. This is madness. It's not okay. There is a potential future where in a month from now, some of you guys might not even be able to see my videos or my streams with the fucking laws that are being passed all across the world. UK, Europe, America, Australia, and more countries are coincidentally lining up to attack, censor, and control as much as they possibly can on the internet because the people in power don't like that the internet has been free. This isn't even talking about the Visa fucking shenanigans going on with banking corporations attempting to also manipulate, control, and censor video games in the gaming industry, as well as other things on the internet. Like, it's insane that this is all happening within a fucking 1 to 2 week period. On top of this, YouTube just announced that they're gonna be having an AI system that on its own will label you under 18 or above 18 based off of the content you watch. Whether or not you have your birth date saying you're above 18, this AI doesn't give a fuck about that. It's gonna label you under 18 based off of the content you watch, which is not okay. This is why we stream on Kick, by the way, because I didn't realize it was gonna get this bad, but I knew YouTube was gonna do some dumb shit in the future because it was obvious with the lack of care that they've been doing with ads and their viewership experience that it was only gonna get worse, and here we are. It's hitting YouTube now. Let's talk about it.
Hide under your bed all you want. Lock your doors and hide under your bed all you want. It won't protect you from a menace on the loose, a maniac at large that not even SpongeBob could catch. Mass surveillance, control, and censorship. It's now at our doorstep here, a place many have called home, YouTube. They've just announced they're rolling out AI in the US to detect if users are actually under 18.
Guys, this is fucking ridiculous. This has already been done. This isn't up for debate. It's not up for voting. It's not. YouTube has established this. They are rolling out AI in the US to detect whether or not you're actually under 18 or above 18 years old. And before anyone comes in and uses the bullshit of, oh, but this is to protect the kids and it's a system to figure out whether or not you're above 18 or, yeah, because YouTube has a good track record of using AI to detect whether or not something is real or not, right? It's not like as if YouTube did this with the copyright system that has been innocently deleting YouTube channels left and right and giving strikes and demonetization hits to YouTubers that, by the way, aren't engaging with copyrighted content, but anyone can abuse this system. It's not like they have a history of doing this. Oh, wait, they do. And it's already a thing. You're telling me we're going to trust YouTube of all people, to come up with an accurate detection system about whether or not someone is 18 or above when they can't even come up with an accurate copyright system where the director of the head of music compositions of Hoyoverse is getting his YouTube account banned due to a false flag in the system. Like, guys, this is bad, man.
Ignoring whatever the account's stated age is, and will apply restrictions to users it suspects are teens. And if it suspects that you are not over 18, it will restrict what you have access to, and the only way to overturn that is by providing identification.
Guys, the only way you can overturn that, if it detects that you're under 18, is by providing identification. do you see the play that's being made right here? Like, do y'all understand what's going on? Like, this is a fucking attempt of corpos to be able to have full surveillance of what you do on the internet and be able to associate that and attach that to your online identity and your legal identity so that this can then be propagated towards different government entities. Like this is an attempt of control and surveillance, is what this is. And to be clear, they already do this. Let's not kid ourselves. We like our information is already out there. Everyone, content creators especially, like it's already out there, right? But this is the next big step, and having your ID tied to this is ridiculous. Like this is not okay, dude.
Access to, and the only way
Watch Dogs happening in IRL in 2025 was not on my fucking bingo card. Yes, exactly.
to overturn that is by providing identification. That sounds awfully familiar. Does that ring any bells to anyone out there, you know, with what's going on over in the UK at the moment?
Or maybe with what's going on in Australia, where they want to make it so that under 16 aren't able to even access YouTube.
I would certainly hope so. If it doesn't, go give your doctor a huge pat on the ass and tell him that the lobotomy was very successful because you have lost all fucking brain function. It's now...
What? Chloe, this is all happening simultaneously this last week. YouTube doing this, UK doing this, EU has also had other nations also actively begin to restrict and censor not just YouTube, Spotify access and Twitter access unless you provide ID identification or something to tie your account to. Wikipedia, according to Arrow in the chat, is also doing this too, which is fucking insane. Like, this is wild. What the hell is going on, bro?
Now US citizens turned have lost all fucking brain function. It's now US citizens' turn to have the piss sucked from their balls here and all privacy completely thrown in the shitter. So, if YouTube's AI tools think that you're under 18, I hope you're ready to fork over your ID in order to continue to access certain YouTube content and features. When YouTube determines a user is teen or preteen, the site will disable personalized advertising, activate digital well-being features, and put stricter content filters as well as behavioral restrictions into place. Basically, YouTube will pop its titty into your mouth and breastfeed you here because your parents aren't fucking raising you. What a joyful, pleasant future.
Yeah, on that real quick, I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, this is to protect kids and make sure that they don't watch content that they're not supposed to. Have you thought about parenting properly? I don't know, like raising like I was raised by my parents, thankfully, privilege, blessing. Thank goodness I had great parents, right? But there's this really cool concept of like when you have parents, if you're lucky enough to have parents, right? Your parents should be raising you to not check out certain content and be active in that. Or if they notice behavioral changes in you because you're secretly consuming content, they should be stepping in and doing their, I don't know, job, life role to like, you know what I mean? Like, dude, they're using protecting the kids as a Trojan horse to get access to your information and control us, dude. Like,
greasy, greedy, ghoulish corporations are now going to be LARPing as your parental figures, deciding what you can and cannot access based on their estimation of your age. Because no longer are parents even expected to be parents anymore. The internet is now that. My papa is a fucking YouTube algorithm. It tells me what I can watch, what I'm allowed to consume. It's so fucking infuriating. The only thing here that makes any level of sense is like disabling personalized ads for kids, which is something I'm pretty sure the YouTube Kids app already does, which again, I don't even know why that app exists anymore with this effect, with this change going into effect. It's now just a redundancy if they're going to polymorph the main YouTube platform into basically catering to kids on it as well. It's fucking lunacy. It is not YouTube's responsibility to put the bumpers up in the bowling lane. The onus should be on the parents to ensure that their kids are not consuming harmful content on YouTube. It is...
So now what's going to happen is rather than you having a personalized algorithm based off the content you want to watch, right? What is going to happen is it's now going to get restricted. And why this ends up becoming dangerous is because under the guise of protecting the kids, YouTube can then decide, or governments can then decide, what is the content you should be consuming? What's the content you should be watching that is safe for the kids? Who decides what is safe or not safe to consume for a kid, right? Like, who decides that? The person that should be deciding that are your guardians or parents, not an entity, a business corporation, or a like, this is very much an attempt to control what information is being spread and what information is being consumed.
Crazy that YouTube is doing this. So they're using AI, which will assess a user's age via multiple behavioral factors, including what kind of videos the user searches for, the categories of videos they watch, and how long the account has been active per its blog post, which is very vague and also going to lead to so many accounts getting flagged as being.
So because you're a fucking adult, you can't look up videos of Superman and Batman? Or go on like a Batman lore binge on like the lore of Batman or the lore of Iron Man on YouTube because that's associated with being a fucking kid, and now the AI is gonna think you're on it. Do you see how stupid the system is gonna be? Like, it's based off of what you watch. And if it thinks you watch too much content that is associated with kids, right? Like, it's just gonna misflag you as under 18. How do you get rid of the misflag? You provide your fucking government ID. This is fucking insane. It is fucking wild that this is happening. Like it's so stupid. And the stupid part to me is there was no community discussion or engagement about this. Like I guess I guess I can't watch, I don't know, I play video games as a career, as a living. That means I'm probably going to get improperly flagged. This should not be legal. This is not
under 18 that definitely are not. There are so many people in the Pokemon community, for example, that are adults. In fact, pretty much everybody.
I saw Bran go to fucking Japan with me and came back and said he spent hundreds of dollars on fucking Pokemon cards. But you're gonna tell me that British man is under the age of 18 because of that? Like, come on, man. Guys, like, it's like, dude, I guess we can't watch Dragon Ball lore videos anymore, dude.
That does Pokemon content online is like late 20s and early 30s at this point. That is like entirely an adult market, but it is a child's IP. Like, it is an IP that is catering towards kids. So pretty much anyone that searches for like Pokemon cards, Pokemon Showdown, really anything even adjacent to that, or like Nintendo games, like any gamers that play Nintendo games, all of those will be like a strike against them that could end with their account being deemed like under 18 or something. It's going.
Yeah, and we're doing it based off of whether or not the content you watch is based off of above 18 or under 18, right? Hey guys, can anyone in my chat, I'm not even gonna say it. Guys, what's the age rating of Nikke, which is clearly not supposed to be a game for kids? Officially, in Google Play and iOS. Can you hit me with that in the chat real quick? What's the age rating of Nikke? +12. That's crazy. So I guess since we watch Nikke content, that's gonna be flagged under, being under 18. Does that seem like an accurate system for an AI tool to like figure out whether or not you're an above or below 18 system? No. We already have an inaccurate fucking system to give age ratings to video games. How in the fuck are you gonna tell me, YouTube, that you have an AI system that will accurately figure out like what the ratings are? You know what I mean? And this is gonna leave ripple effects, by the way. Do you know what are the next things that are gonna happen with this happening? With UK attempting to restrict everything, with US now wanting to restrict everything, with all these countries kind of coming along in an attempt to gain control over the internet? Independent creators and independent creatives on the internet are going to be without a fucking job, or if they still have their career, are going to take a massive hit in fucking revenue. Why? Because how do these people make money? Make money through marketing and advertising. I don't mean the advertising the way corpos do. I mean, when we upload a video, when an artist makes a promotional art piece on YouTube or Twitter, right? When they have the speed art draws and they're drawing pieces and showcasing pieces of their art journey, right? Which are all really cool, beautiful, creative things, right? All of a sudden, their audience that are not under 18, but the AI system is misflagging as under 18, are no longer going to be shown their content, which means they're going to get hit extremely hard. We're going to get hit extremely hard in the revenue that is going to be generated for all these independent creatives. So what does that force? Do you see the fucking plays that are being made? What is that force of the independent creatives? What do they need if they're not going to be able to make as much money independently anymore? What do they need? What are they missing out on? What are they losing? Money, right? Who has money to provide for independent creatives? Agencies and corpos. Oh, that's so funny. Isn't it funny how recently we've been having more and more independent creatives and creators find success? This year more than any other year combined. That's so coincidental that all of a sudden these changes are now happening, making it so that we're now going to have to go back to a corpo-reliant society. This is fucking terrifying, dude. This is a fucking nightmare happening in real time, is what this is. Like, for the first time ever in our fucking history, we have musicians and artists and content creators and streamers and video makers and directors able to make video games, movies, videos, art pieces, stream independently and make a living for the first time ever. You have musicians not needing to like rely on a record label in order to be able to generate their own revenue. But all of that is going to slowly be stripped away again if this continues to be allowed to happen. That is
going to be absolute chaos, I imagine. This technology will allow us to infer a user's age and then use that signal regardless of the birthday in the account to deliver our age-appropriate product experiences and protections.
To deliver our age-appropriate product experiences and protections. That is fancy Trojan horse talk for we get to decide what you end up watching and what your product experiences are based off of our decisions on what is good and what is not.
If the AI estimation is incorrect, YouTube says it will allow a user to verify their age with a credit card, a government ID, or a selfie.
Or a selfie. Just take an innocent selfie, chat. There's nothing wrong with taking a selfie, right? It's better than giving your credit card and your ID. Surely, nothing could go wrong if I just do an innocent selfie to associate with my social media account, right? Right. Oh, wait, what is that? We live in a society where AI systems are now able to abuse your likeness and your actual image for their own product placements. And T-App recently just had a whole huge debacle of associating ID connections, right, with their app. And then you had a huge incident where all of it got leaked on the internet. Thousands to millions of people are now having their identity leaked to very insidious individuals on the internet.
Wow,
dude.
What saints? You get the privilege of providing your identification or your biometric data to YouTube in order to prove that you are actually over 18. Surely that's going to be really secure, and it's not going to be used for any kind of tracking or anything like that. Don't be ridiculous. Fucking tinfoil condom conspiracy theorist. There's nothing wrong with forking over all of your identification and your credit card information to corporations or the government directly, so that way they can actively monitor you and censor you and basically control what you have access.
Guys, this is literally fucking Watch Dogs in real fucking time. We are seeing Cyberpunk and Watch Dogs happen in real fucking time, bro. It's terrifying.
Just do it? What's the big deal? It's so absurd, man. I cannot believe how quickly this is getting out of control. Like I told you, it was not exclusive to just the UK. It is already touched down here, and it hasn't even been a week. It hasn't even been a week. That snowball has already become a full fucking shitstorm avalanche. It is terrible. It's scary. It's very scary. This article also mentions something else. The rollout of the new feature comes one day after Australia's government announced it would ban.
Yeah, because that's a fucking coincidence, right? Guys, this feature was announced the day after fucking Australia announced that they want to ban
Children under 16 from using YouTube unless.
Like, guys, this is a coordinated attack by everybody. This is a fucking coordinated attack by everybody.
It's very scary. This article also mentions something else. The rollout of the new feature comes one day after Australia's government announced it would ban children under 16 from using YouTube, and less than a week after UK implemented the sweeping age checks on content on social media networks. YouTube was promised an exemption from Australia's social media ban last year by the then communications minister, but the Australian government said on Monday that the platform would in fact be included in the country's ban on children under 16 using social networks. The ban is slated to take effect in December. Google, YouTube's parent company, strenuously advocated against the Australian ban and has threatened to sue to overturn it. That subject they mentioned there about the Australian government banning kids from making social media accounts is a topic that I briefly touched on like a year ago. But in a nutshell, this is something I've said a lot. The entire landscape of social media has changed so much over the last decade, drastically. Where I do think it is downright dangerous and detrimental for kids to just have unlimited access to things like Twitter.
I agree with this, by the way. Kids should not just have unlimited access. My whole point, though, is this should not be regulated by corpos in the government to where they have access and control to your information and can decide what your kid is watching or not watching. This should be decided by the parents of the fucking kids. They're using this, the excuse of protecting the kids, as a disguise to gain surveillance and control is what they're actually doing. Because if they gave a fuck about the kids, they would have had, in multiple governments around the world, more legal protections for the fucking criminals that abuse kids that are on social media apps. But they don't. There are so many nations that don't have legal protections for underage minors when they get into dangerous situations using the social media because they don't care. If they did care, that would have been their fucking number one priority to make legal laws about. Instead, their number one priority is to control what you can and can't watch.
Twitter, for example. So, I do think that it's not exactly a good thing to just have kids making social media accounts and just fucking rotting away on them. I do think that that is harmful, but
that should be decided about their intake on that, or whether they can or can't, by the parents.
There is no way of actually stopping that in a way that doesn't step on everyone's freedoms. And at the time, it just didn't even really dawn on me because the way it was being spoken about was just like, oh, don't worry, the methods we're coming up with are, we're making sure privacy is still top of mind. We don't want to encroach on that. We're just trying to think of ways to, help kids not get, sucked into social media degeneracy and all of that. And when you hear that, you're like, oh, okay, I guess that, makes sense. But when you really stop to think about it and you stop and, really fucking smell it, it's very clear that there's no way of doing that without just stripping freedoms from everybody else. How the fuck are you possibly going to stop that from happening? And it also shouldn't be the government's responsibility nor the platform's responsibility to ensure that kids aren't making those accounts. It is the parents. No matter how you spin it, it should always come back to the parents.
It should always come back to the parents. Every family should have the right to decide what their kid is or not participating in.
And what YouTube did initially, and what I thought was the right direction, was having a separate platform specifically for that age group, YouTube Kids.
I'm laughing right now, bro. What is this? Don't tell me it got worse. What is this? As you mentioned in your reply, this won't be required for all users. We've always had the option for age verification via ID or credit cards if someone is incorrectly estimated to be under 18. This updated is about using better technology to make these estimations. Fix the Bitcoin scams going on. totally hear you, which is Team YouTube admitting that they also don't know how to handle the fucking Bitcoin scams going on. As their system doesn't always get it right, bro, what the fuck is going on? Bro, our system doesn't always get it right, but we're gonna trust the YouTube fucking system to decide, A, who the fuck is above 18 and who the fuck isn't above 18, right? And B, what content said individuals that get flagged under 18, whether they're misflagged or not, should be watching or not watching. Bro, like what in the... Like, this is crazy, dude. This is wild. Wild, 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 wild.
So that way, that group, those kids, would not be going to main YouTube. They would be on that platform, which is...
Yeah, like what happened to that? That's my biggest confusion too, is like they have a separate app for YouTube Kids, right? Why is that not... You have YouTube Kids, use it. That should be what is the answer to what kids should be using. Like,
is safe for them. And the parents' responsibility would be ensuring that they are on YouTube Kids,
yes,
not main YouTube.
Exactly.
But now what's happening,
or if they're on main YouTube, the parents are making sure that they know what they're watching and not watching.
Is every company is now putting in these age verification checks, which require ID or biometric data, which, as we're seeing unfold in real time rapidly, leads to just basically control and mass surveillance. That's the entire underlying motive behind all of it. It's not about protecting kids. It's not about making sure kids aren't getting access to...
And guys, what did we learn with the worst example of the prohibition in the United States? When they banned alcohol from everywhere, what happened? Were we safer thanks to it? What happened? It got worse. It got worse for everybody. It didn't work. It made things even more awful. We had illegal individuals that abused the systems in place to then take control over. I don't understand how we have not learned from history. But I also do. It's because this isn't about learning from history. It's about just gaining more ability to have more surveillance on everyone and more control.
To like
That's it.
Dangerous social media, content or anything like that. It is all about getting more of your information so they can monitor you more effectively.
Yes.
It's not a conspiracy. It is just right in your face censorship, control, and mass surveillance. And YouTube now taking this step is extremely concerning. And obviously, as everyone's pointing out, it is not going to be 100% accurate. I would be shocked if it's even close to 50% accurate. Break this shit down to its bare butt cheeks real quick. If it's going to be like making these guesses off of like the content you're watching or your searches, there is so much wiggle room for error. Because like, let's say you watch an anime, trailer or something. I imagine YouTube would probably put that into like a cartoon bin, which would then be falling under like a under 18 bin, which would be a strike against you. What if you like misspell something in the searches? Like what if you accidentally make a typo? Does that make them think that you might be a kid as well? Or,
bro, what if you watch only mature content, but your little cousin Addie comes over and you give him your YouTube account to look up YouTube videos, right? But because he watched 5 videos on, I don't know, the newest episode of fucking Pokemon, right? All of a sudden, the system flagged your account as under 18. Do you like? There is so much gray area for this, dude.
What about something like autoplay? Like, let's say you put on like a real adult video. You look at fucking day trading tutorials, but it autoplays to something else, which is like making slime or some shit, because YouTube's recommended algorithm is fucking wild. Like, you could easily just be flagged as an under 18 account, and then, well, if you want to keep using your account and have access to all the content and features that you've been used to, you're gonna need to fork over that ID, or at least show us your face. Give us some of that sweet, sweet biometric data currency, please. And I hope you'll say no. That is not something you should ever be comfortable with giving any company. It is a big problem, and there needs to be something done about this. It is truly out of control now, and it's here coming to YouTube. So, yep, just another concerning act of censorship and surveillance here, and it's not just overseas anymore. That's really about it. So yeah,
Guys, when you actively, like, yeah, I once fell asleep with YouTube playing. Autoplay decided it was time to show the top 10 creepiest places. I wasn't able to go back to sleep after that. Like, yeah, exactly. Like, it's rough times, man. It really is rough times. Is there anything we can do? Like, yes and no. It's a shitty situation to be in, right? Because with the visa processing thing, you can send and help flood their systems out with calls and emails about what they should and shouldn't be doing. Same with YouTube, same with Google. But at the end of the day, like, they do have final say, but so do the people, depending on what they agree or not agree to, right? And that's the whole reason why we're doing this video, is so that you guys are aware. I don't do politics. I don't do drama. I'm not planning to do it in the future, but we're talking about the internet. Our space, your space and my space, right, is being actively censored, manipulated, and controlled right now. And it's going on. And that's why we're making this video, to just make people aware. That way, when you have the opportunity to make your own adult decisions about what policies you're going to vote on, what feedback surveys you're going to give when you get hit with that, or when you see an opportunity to do one, or if you want to leave feedback and complaints over to a certain company's inbox or, phone services, like, those are all little decisions and all little drops in the bucket that by themselves don't do shit. But when everybody is doing it, it leaves an actual effect, right? And my whole biggest thing is, every creator and their grandmother should be making a video about this, or at least sharing this with their community, which is why we're making it. That way you guys are aware, and then you can make the decisions as to any other opportunities that come up on things that we can actually do. It is. And then this happening at the same time with AI, it's like, brother, turns out DedSec was right all along. Every search, every click, every like, they're watching, they're profiling, they are controlling. And these are the first big blatant steps. These are the first big ones. And let this video be a video where, like, it keeps y'all informed. I'm not telling you guys what to do. I'm just telling y'all for you to be aware of it. So when you see these policies get made in your home country or in your place, right, and you have an opportunity to make a change, or you have an opportunity at least to stay informed, you can then go and make the decisions that you want to make, But fuck, man, it is a weird ass time right now. It is a weird ass time. Oh, but don't worry. Soon enough, YouTube is going to get hacked, and then everyone's ID info and faces will be leaked to the public. Like, it is.
Kids would not be going to main YouTube. They would be on that platform, which is safe for them. And the parents' responsibility would be ensuring that they are on YouTube Kids, not main YouTube. But now what's happening is every company is now putting in these age verification checks, which require
And again, reminder, Spotify's been hit. YouTube just got hit. Apparently, according to chat, I haven't seen this one, but Wikipedia's also been hit. Twitter has been hit. This is a systematic fucking attack on everything that is the internet. Specifically, things that these corpos and these big organizations have never had control of before.
ID or biometric data, which, as we're seeing unfold in real time rapidly, leads to just basically control and mass surveillance. That's the entire underlying motive behind all of it. It's not about protecting kids. It's not about making sure kids aren't getting access to, like, dangerous social media,
Like, why is Spotify being hit? Guys, why is like think about this. Why were the first platforms to get fucking hit? is YouTube, Twitter, and Spotify. What do these fucking platforms do? Inform, distribute, and share. This is our way of communicating information to the rest of the fucking world without being monitored by other people or having that information be changed or controlled. That is what Spotify, YouTube, and Twitter is. It's a way for us all around the world to connect with each other and give our opinionated or factual takes, right? And whether some of the information is accurate or some of the information is inaccurate, at least it allows for anyone, for anywhere to share their personal truth. Where before the internet, this was controlled completely by only government bodies and only huge corporations that were able to then buy out and bribe other smaller corporations to make sure the bad info never got out. That's the real truth. They want information controlled and manipulated. That's
so they
it.
can monitor you more, access to like danger, more of your information so they can monitor you more effectively.
Exactly.
It's not a conspiracy.
Like that is what that is. Again, first platforms, YouTube, Twitter, Spotify. It ain't a coincidence, fam. It ain't a coincidence.
Of your information so they can monitor you more effectively. It's not a conspiracy. It is just right in your face censorship, control, and mass surveillance. And YouTube now taking this step is extremely concerning. And obviously, as everyone's pointing out, it is not going to be 100% accurate. I would be shocked if it's even close to 50% accurate. Making slime or something done about this. It is truly out of control now. And it's here coming to YouTube. So, yep.
That is what's going on, man. And it's all been happening within the same week, dude. There's policies in the UK and in Europe and Australia and America, and then YouTube getting hit, Spotify getting hit, Twitter. This has all happened in the last few weeks. Most of it in this last week. It's not a coincidence, man. Point of this video is just, I just wanted to make y'all aware in case you weren't already somehow. And just be informed and realize that the propaganda we're going to get hit with is going to be, but we're doing it to protect the kids. We're doing it to make sure people are getting the good content, not the bad content. No, this is an attempt at control. And they're going to do everything they can, the corpos and all those organizations, to trick you otherwise. And just stay informed. That's it. That's it. It's just crazy to me that this is literally what we used to play in video games about in like Watch Dogs and Cyberpunk. And it's happening in real fucking time. It is weird and it is scary. Like if the right things don't happen this year, and this continues to spiral out of control, I might not have a career as a streamer or a content creator. Your favorite artist might not be able to be an independent artist anymore. Your favorite streamer that just went indie, yeah, guess what? They're going to need to rely on a corpo to make money now. We're going to go back to the old days where musicians needed record labels in order to be successful, and then said record label could control the musician as to what music they could or couldn't make. You know what I mean? Like we've played these fucking games before, and I really hope that we don't go back to those days, because for the first time in human history, we are in a position where more musicians, more artists, more creatives, more streamers, more content creators don't need to rely on corpos anymore. And the big people don't like that, which is why they're gunning for control around the world. They're tired of it. They're tired of not having information. They're tired of not being able to censor what you can and can't see it. And they're tired of not being able to control what you do or don't do. They want to have control of the narrative that is being spread, and they want to have control of the content and creative stuff that creatives can make. And that's, I don't know. This is a harder video to make, obviously, because it's more, more dark and gruesome. And usually I don't do content like this, but this one needed to be made, man. This one needed to be made. Y'all need to see like what the hell is going on. What's also happening? You know those credit card companies and those debit card companies, Visa and MasterCard and all the other ones, they're also attempting at the exact same time right now to control what you can and can't do and what businesses can and can't sell right now. And that's the next thing we're checking out.